In this video you're going to see a coaching session where I live coached the Abaddon. This is the replay that he played just a couple days before we did our coaching together, so I'm super excited to show you the results and the many little improvements that we managed to make in just one session. During this live coaching, I'm going to blend in a audio that we also took in this coaching session, where we talk about various topics about how to gain MMR, how to play solo, what about the meta picks, what kind of things you should do to improve, and I really hope you enjoyed and you get some value out of it. So, who was it? I think, it was Quinn who said just recently in a stream, he said, if you want to win games, you need to be marginal better, so just a couple % better than the people in your game, and then you need a big enough sample size. So you need to be 5% better in 100 games, and then you will see the effect of climbing MMR.
Yep, das stimmt.
Yeah, and so this is pretty much what I would recommend you to try to do. Just do the same thing and then optimize, and try to optimize the small things, like forcing more with dying less, pushing earlier, farming faster. And the concept is clear now. Now you just want to optimize.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
Okay, if we could, I would like to, with you, go through my hero pool and see, like, maybe a few heroes that I should, like, maybe 5 heroes that I should play at this patch. I don't know if you've read the patch notes yet. And maybe we could talk through, like, some strong heroes. I think that Abaddon and Legion Commander are 2 staples that are going to stay.
Yeah. So my approach, even before we dive into this, I'm a little bit skeptical of looking for meta heroes, because, for example, right now in the last training sessions, we've been looking at Abaddon specifically, and I think now your game plan for Abaddon stands, and we're at the point of optimizing. If you jump to a different hero, your game plan needs to change, and you will probably need 20 games to figure out the game plan, and then you can start optimizing with it. So unless you find a hero that kind of feels similar or does a similar kind of job, I think the meta doesn't make a bigger difference than your ability to play the hero. Like, I guarantee you, if I play a hero well, I can stomp through pretty much every medal, even if it's not a meta hero. So I would focus on.
So it's more important to play a hero well than.
Yeah. Skill will always outweigh the meta, and this has been especially true in the, I think, last 3 patches. I think we've never seen so balanced Dota before. You can really play pretty much everything.
Yeah. For sure.
The smaller you can keep your hero pool, the easier it is to improve. I think climbing Dota without, spamming heroes is almost impossible. Because, that's the definition of, learning something and getting better at something. You repeat it, you do it, you have feedback on what you do, and then it keeps getting better. And maybe from the mindset perspective, I would recommend you to solo queue as much as you can. And
that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, then let me elaborate a little bit more on this. So the first thing you want to tick is wait. There's actually a setting for this. Let me see if I can find it. Strict solo role queue matchmaking. Do not match with or against parties when playing ranked role games. I think this is what you want to have. And then you, in the best case, or I find the best way to improve is to solo queue always. Because then you will play with people that are truly on your rank, and you can see the improvement. I've been talking about marginally getting better and being 5% better, and then the sample size needs to be big enough. If you're 5% better, but you play against a colorful mix of all sort of rank status, because you have a teammate that's half a medal below you, and then you have a teammate that's half a medal above you, then you're 5% better that do not show even in 100 games.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, that because I've been playing with some like Guardian 3, 4 players, and I won, but it's like, yeah, you're right.
It's difficult. It's difficult to. I mean, you get practice, but in order to become better, you don't need only to practice, but you need feedback. You need feedback if whether what you did was right or wrong, and this kind of feedback is way more difficult to get if you play in a party.
Yeah. And so what I mainly need to do is figure out the game plan, we figured out the game plan. We just need to execute.
Yeah.
And optimize, as you said.
Yeah. And then the next mindset thing is we want to act as if we are not in control of the teammates and then ignore them as best as we can. Not in the sense of we ignore what's happening on the map and we don't react to things that are happening, but we don't try to influence the behavior of teammates by verbal communication. Maybe I can say it like this. We want to let them do what they need to do, and this is great, especially if you play solo ranked. Then you know that on average everybody is exactly equally skilled. So they might do some things that are absolutely stupid, and you can't even believe that they're on your rank. But then we have to think, okay, on average they have to do something else then really, really good in order to balance the weight. And we want to give our teammates the opportunity to show their best side, and it is the easiest way to do this is to let them do what they usually do. Yeah. So we don't want to make this game special. Like when we queue up with people, I don't want them to behave special just because of me or because I have an idea I want to force through. I just want to do the right move and disregard basically what I have in mind should be done and only adapt with the best move to what is happening.
That makes sense.
As you guys can see, this laning stage is pretty much over for the Void. We have 35 last hits and 12 denies on the Abaddon and 10 last hits. The game was kinda unlucky for Void, I think. I told the Abaddon that he just needs to control the wave. He doesn't need to do anything fancy. You do not need to kill the Void. You do not need to put a ton of pressure on the tower. Void is one of the heroes that doesn't like to jungle at all in the early levels. So all we basically need to do is to keep him hostage on a losing lane. And in the best case, we force enemy people towards his lane, making it even more messy, forcing soft and hard supports and mid laners and everybody to his lane, and then we still don't die as an offlaner, and then basically we occupy the whole attention on the map without sacrificing anything in farm. This Abaddon actually gets 50 last hits before Void even gets one more last hit, so you can truly see that this is absolutely over. There's some disconnects as well. I'm not sure if it's related to the amount of tilt they experience, but I can tell you they were pretty tilted in game. Yeah, what do you do as a Void? One big mistake, of course, from Crimstroke was that he pushed the lane here a ton, but this is just what we are going to see on average in Guardian. So, again, if you just play disciplined and you play for control rather than for like aggressive moves without any real goal, then you're gonna benefit really, really, really heavily. And of course, if you would manage to keep this your average, like get 50 last hits in like 8 minutes and completely zone out the enemy carry, you simply will win games. It's as easy as that. A quick invitation. Right now I'm on semester breaks. This means that I have a lot of time in Dota. If you like this style of coaching and if you want to walk a couple of steps with me along the roads of your Dota journey, feel free to message me. I think all of the information should be in my YouTube channel. I take $15 an hour and we could go over some things in Dota, learn some concepts, share some ideas. I always enjoy this learning process. I feel like every single time I'm coaching, I'm getting better myself because I have to actually formulate the ideas that I have. And I also feel like that the process of seeing somebody else improve is really, really satisfying. So there's a double benefit for it. So if you want to take this opportunity to improve your laning stage, your mid-early game, whatever you need, then let me know. I'm excited to see you. Great. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, looking forward for the next one.